there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're gonna be specifically talking about the logical or correct backshift of tomorrow in indirect speech, and I'm also going to give you clarity and exact evidence that the next day is not the logical backshift of tomorrow. Here we go. When we tell someone statements with the time word tomorrow in it using reported speech, we usually change the word tomorrow into the next day. It is necessary to know that if the time tomorrow sits back in the past, it's not the next day as its logical backshift. Let's take a look at this example situation. Suppose that on Monday your friend Tom tells you that he is having a meeting tomorrow. Notice that the time tomorrow in Tom's speech refers to Tuesday. If a day later or on Tuesday you tell this to someone else by saying, Tom said that he was having a meeting the next day, I'm sure that if you use or say this in real life situation, the person you tell this to will be confused about what the next day refers to. He or she might think that the next day is Wednesday, and Wednesday is not the time when Tom is having a meeting. Why? Because the time between when the speech was made and when it was reported has passed. And it is one day that has passed. This way the person will never know when Tom is exactly having a meeting. And if you still use the next day as the basis for tomorrow to tell Tom's statement to another person 2 days later or on Wednesday, of course, the person you tell the statement to will think again that the next day is Thursday. It is 2 days that have passed between the two moments, so the time tomorrow should go back 2 days, not move forward. The next day still doesn't refer to Tuesday, the time in Tom's speech. It is clear that the next day is not the correct or logical backshift of tomorrow. Tomorrow in Tom's speech refers to Tuesday. If you tell this a day later, means that you tell this on Tuesday because the statement was said to you on Monday. It's one day that has passed from the time when you got the statement to the time when you report it. So it is today if it is one day back in time from tomorrow. Today refers to the time when Tom is having meeting, not the next day. It's worth knowing that if a time expression should sit back, its backshift should refer to the actual time in the statement that is reported. Alright, to understand this better, first things first, we need to know what the next day or the day after or the following day refers to and what backshift literally means. The next day refers to the day after the day mentioned. While backshift means the changing of a tense or a time expressions. When a tense sits back, it means that the tense moves back in the past. While if a time expression sits back, the time expression moves back in time from the time in the statement mentioned. And the backshift of a particular time expression can vary depending on when a statement is reported from when it was said. Once again, I said that the backshift of a certain time expression is not always the same. Let's take a look at the example situation as I used in advance. On Monday, Tom says to you that he is having a meeting tomorrow. Monday is the time when Tom tells you he's having a meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow is the time when he's having a meeting. Tomorrow refers to Tuesday. If you tell this to someone else a moment later on the same day, still on Monday, the reported speech should be, he said that he is having a meeting tomorrow. The tense stays the same because the action hasn't happened, and the time expression doesn't sit back either as the statement is reported on the same day. In this case, the time Monday hasn't passed. If you tell this on the next day or on Tuesday, you should say, he said that he is having a meeting today. If you know that the meeting is still going on or hasn't finished, you don't need to change the tense to the past. But if you know that the meeting has finished, you should say, he said that he was having a meeting today. The tense moves back in time. The present continuous changes to the past continuous as the event has occurred. And the time expression should sit back in the past as well, as you tell this on Tuesday. The time between the moment when Tom told you his speech and when you reported has passed. And it is one day that has elapsed. One day back in time from tomorrow is today, not the next day. In this case, if you use the day after, or the next day, or the following day, it doesn't refer to the time in Tom's speech. And if you tell this 2 days later or on Wednesday, it should be. He said that he was having a meeting yesterday. It is 2 days that have elapsed. 2 days back in time from tomorrow is yesterday. The sequence of the Backshift is tomorrow, today, and yesterday. Again, the next day still doesn't refer to the time Tuesday. If you tell this 3 days later or on Thursday, you should say, he said that he was having a meeting the day before yesterday. Or you can use 2 days ago. 2 days ago means the same as the day before yesterday. It is the day before yesterday if it is 3 days back in time from tomorrow. And what if you tell this a week later? If you tell this a week later, you can say, he said that he was having a meeting last Tuesday. You can also use that day in this situation. He said that he was having a meeting that day. But you still cannot use the next day. The next day or the day after can be used especially when someone asks you if Tom was having a meeting last Monday. And the person asks you about this a week later or a week after Tom told you his statement. For example, someone asks, was Tom having a meeting on Monday last week? You should say, no, actually he said he was having a meeting the day after. The day after refers to the day Tuesday after the day Monday mentioned. It is very necessary to use Backshift of a time expression that really refers to the actual time in the statement reported to avoid misunderstanding or confusion. That's it. If you find this video useful, you can share it with your friends. I'll see you in my next video soon.